which is a wonderful control. We are coming straight in on target to land there. You can see we got a bit of debris left over at the Space Center. We might as well put SAS back on. The electric drain is not that much running SAS, at least until the parachutes deploy. That is. So Jebediah is coming down. Wait, why? Jebediah? I didn't. Oh, it's because I reverted, didn't I? And put the things on. I forgot to change the astronaut. Derp. Alright, well, we got Jebediah at least, so we can see what he's seeing here. The blackness of space. All he can see is the blackness of space. That's okay. Oh, the parachutes have deployed, so we can disengage the SAS, and we will let the parachutes dictate our direction. We still have half fuel left, which is great. And we're going to, of course, be recovering all parts of our spacecraft when we come in for a landing. So if I check the goo now, what does the goo say? Well, flying at Kerbal. Alright. So nothing new. We'll eventually have to do a test once we unlock wheels, or maybe space planes parts. We will do a test where we go in water and get the science out of the water. So we are slowing down. We are a pretty good distance away from the Space Center, but that's okay. It's all in the name of getting those delicious science points. If I had brought extra parachutes, I could have landed, taken off, and then re-landed. Of course, Jebediah could pop out and pack the parachutes, but I don't think that's a good idea. I don't know if he'll be able to jump around to all these locations, you know, and survive. So we're coming in for a landing here. I'm going to engage the thrusters a bit to help lessen the impact of our parachutes deploying, because if you're moving too fast, the parachutes will rip you apart. And of course, we're moving 12 meters per second out here. I'm going to need to slow us down a bit when we come in for the final landing, just so that we don't destroy the engines upon landing. That would be bad. And we will be landing just on 2, not 4, which is going to cause a bit of stability issues, but it's okay. Alright, we're coming in. Gonna slow us down. Oh, yep, one of them exploded, and we tumbled. Oh, lots of explosions. Lots and lots and lots of explosions. It has fallen apart. Alright, so we want to see if we can flip ourselves upright. Okay, we can. Excellent. Well, let's observe the mystery goo. Kerbal grasslands. We'll keep that data. We'll do a crew report from Kerbal grasslands and keep the data. We'll go EVA here, and we will EVA report from grasslands. Surface sample. It's dirt. Alright, we'll board. We might as well just observe the mystery goo and get that extra point of science. Oh, we're doing it. We get 3 points. Alright, that's good enough. Let's recover the vessel. We had lots of explosions. We got 16 science from it. We barely recovered anything. And we got Jebediah back. So that's good. That's good. Okay, now we got 75 points of science, which is enough for us to grab the science tech and to grab the stability tech. So there we go. We're unlocking portions of the tech tree. That's great. We still got a long ways to go, however, before we have lots of stuff to do. But I think we have time to do one more altitude record. This one of 56,000 meters. Alright, so we're headed for 56,000 meters. And now we can see about taking some of these other ones just to get the points, because we need to really be doing a couple of contracts every mission. We just unlocked the radial decouplers, so we could go ahead and test those at a very specific altitude. Okay. The liquid fuel engine in flight. We need to basically kick this off right away. Oh, this is the one where we need to be moving very fast at the beginning. I don't know if we're going to be able to do that one. Just the RT-10 solid fuel booster in flight. 24,000. And we're just gonna get money for that. This is the one that gives us science. See, I don't think in 7,000 meters, I don't think we could get up to 400 meters per second. You'd have to have a really powerful engine on a really light spacecraft. So I don't think that one is technically possible for us at the moment. And it expires in a day, so that's fine. We'll take this one just so we can get the credits, the funds. I want to call them credits, like it's you know, Star Wars or something. So we once again need to design a new vessel. We're not going to be having our launch stability enhancers. You can see they're going to be gone forever from our new vehicles, and we are headed for 56,000 meters. So we will name this Alt Record 56,000M Mark 1. And this time we will give it to the proper Kerbal. Alright, so we do have the Science Junior here. So we are going to be using that to get some extra science points. We're not going to be taking the mystery goo canister. We don't need it at the moment. And it might be worth beaming back science and then resetting this this laboratory module. It's something to consider, so that we could do it like once on the ground, once at the thing. You know what, actually what we could do right now is just to get it out of the way. Let's put Bob, our smart guy Bob, in there, and let's have him launch. Just so we're sitting on the launch pad, because we get science for sitting on the launch pad. We can observe the materials bay, and we get the science. See, if we transmit it, we get like nothing left. We get nothing out of it. So we'll go ahead and recover the vessel. Hooray! We gained 7 science, and we got full funds. Okay, now we can actually design our rocket. I just wanted to get that little bit of science out of the way. So we'll be opening this up once we get up into the air, and using that up in the sky. So let's take a look. We need to test the RT-10 solid fuel booster, that's this one, while flying above Kerman at altitude 24,000 to 27,000. Okay. We need to test the radial decoupler while at 19,000 to 22,000. Okay, can do. And we need to achieve 56,000 in height. So our current rocket design technology, this is the one with gimbaling, yes, of doing this tri-stack here, has been working out well for us. I'm going to upgrade it this time so that we're going to be having 5 of these stacks. And I'm going to also be doing this so that we will sit on these 4 engines along the sides here, because we do not have the launch stability enhancers this time. So we will be sitting on them like that, and I'll be putting parachutes on all of them, and I might as well put radial mounted parachutes on the science part. So we'll be sitting on it like that. Now then, we need to engage solid fuel boosters at a specific height. So let's do these sticking out at the odd angles and put the solid fuel boosters on the ends, like so, to provide some extra. So we got a crazy design here going on. So we will engage those at the proper height. And we will we need to radial decouple at a random height. So the radial decoupling, we will just we'll just do this, and we'll stick this on there like that, and we will mirror it to the other side simply for stability's sake. So we will just decouple both of those together. We want all of these to be on their own thing. So which one comes first? test radial decoupler, and then test the solid boosters. Okay, so the solid boosters go up like that, and we'll engage all 5 engines together, and then parachuting. Okay, so what's going to happen is we're going to launch. When we get to 19,000, hopefully we'll be going between 100 and 400 meters per second, and then we will decouple the radial decouplers and drop these 2 cheap pieces of struts. And then once we get to over 24,000, hopefully we'll be below 590 meters per second. We will engage the solid fuel boosters and call that good. And we will boost our way up to 56,000 meters, where we will set the altitude record and get our contract completed. That is the plan, and we will engage our science at some point. And we're going to put Mills or Kerman in there and launch. That's the plan. Let's hope it works. Let's hope it works. That's all I can say. It's just let's hope it works. Okay, so we want to be testing radial decoupler first. Yes. Okay. So we need to make sure we get green check marks on all that before we engage. So we will engage thrust. And we don't have struts to connect things, so that's that's a downside. Thanks to the gimbaling of these engines, it is really easy for our SAS to keep us on the straight and narrow. So we need to hit 19,600 meters and then radial decouple, and we're going to just be dropping these back down at the Space Center. That seems really dangerous. That's why when you see rocket launches in real life, they like instantly start to curve to head over water. It's just like, because if they fall out of the sky, you don't want them falling back down on land. Here in Kerbal Space Center, though, we will just drop them straight down. So we're up at 2,000, and we're hitting our 100 meters per second. So we are now in the speed zone. We just need to continue to climb altitude-wise without our speed being too high. And we're going to get a huge kick once we engage the solid fuel boosters, but we're nowhere near the speed or the height we need to do for those. So we'll just continue on our leisurely path up into the sky. Actually, I'm a bit concerned about how much fuel we have left. I probably should have had extra boosters. I don't know if we're actually going to make the altitude record this time. But we'll keep heading up. Up and up and up and up. I at least want to hit the decoupler and the boosters. If I can. I don't even know if we're going to have enough fuel to get to the boosters. We need to be at 24,000 meters to hit the boosters. We're at 12,000. This is not going good, guys. I think our rocket design is still too small. We need to think bigger. Yeah, this is not going good. And we're too fast now for the so let's cut power. We're going to drift up over the 96. We got to get our speed down. Speed is down. Decoupled. All right. Full power. Can we hit the... We hit it! Boosh! We got both. Excellent. Oh no. We've lost all control because we lost our thruster gimbaling, so we are blasting off in a random direction. We have no way of turning off the solid boosters. We have no way of steering. I'm going to go ahead and clear our contract complete notifications. We are spiraling out of control. The engines are overheating. And we're actually blasting our way towards our height. Yeah, look at that. Oh my gosh. We're going to be blasted out into space, of all things. So let me go ahead and observe the materials bay while we're still here. Where are we? We're in Kerbal upper atmosphere. We'll go ahead and keep the data. But we're actually headed to space now. Like legitimate, we're in orbit. And we are going to be going quite far out into space thanks to those solid fuel boosters. Our SAS is doing a fantastic job of killing our rotation while also using up all of our electric charge. So we'll go ahead and we'll disable that. Because we need electric charge in order to control the parachutes upon re-entry, and we have no way of regenerating our electric charge if it runs out. So let's do a crew report while in space near Kerbal. It seems we are very much in space right now. The sky seems to be mostly below us. Alright, we'll go ahead and we'll keep that. We have some massive speed right now, and it's looking like we're going to be landing in the water down below. So, Miser Kerman, I think you're ready to do an EVA, my friend, and give me an EVA report of space just above Kerbin's shores. Alright, look at that. Let's have you detach with your little thruster pack here. And can you interact with this and all? There we go. You can collect the data. This will render the module inoperable. No, it can stay. We won't collect too much science per mission. So due to a freak accident, let's put him back inside where he's safe. EVA report has been collected due to a freak accident during mission planning. Miser Kerman becomes the first Kerbal to enter space, and boy oh boy did he ever enter space. He's quite high up there. Does he have a good view of any celestial objects nearby? Let's check the map. I think he should be able to see the Mun if he looks out in the right direction. I'm not sure what direction that's going to be. Oh, there it is. There's the Mun. Yeah, he's got a great view of the Mun. He's got a great view of the galaxy. He's got a great view of the planet so very far below him as gravity works to counteract his speed. We're going to go ahead and help out gravity here by accelerating time. So he's falling back down into the atmosphere now. Alright, so he's hitting the atmosphere. We're going to go ahead and tell our parachutes to auto-deploy when they can. And even though our orbit said it was going to be landing out here, we've actually come more northward, and we might actually be landing on land, of all things. So I'm using a little bit of electric charge here to kind of orient ourselves more upwards. As we are hitting the thick parts of the atmosphere, our spacecraft begins to burn up. The parachutes deploy. We have no additional fuel to soften our landing. We just are impacting the atmosphere. We're buffeting the air. And we're slowing way down. We went from 1,000 meters per second to 250 meters per second, with our velocity still decreasing as the parachutes apply drag. 200 meters per second. 150 meters per second, our rate of deceleration is slowing. We're going to be landing on land, but we are going to be probably having a rather large impact when we hit the ground. The Space Center is 36 kilometers away across this bay here. We've veered heavily off course. Less than 100 meters per second our parachutes deploy, and actually we're less than 10 meters per second. So that's not terrible in terms of a landing. We will go ahead and do some physical time warp to get us down to the ground. The shadow becomes a real shadow. Alright, let's see how this goes. The engines are sparking because we have no fuel, and oh, yep, the engines explode. We topple over. No further explosions are happening though. Alright. So we had a successful landing. We lost 4 engines, it looks like. That's not bad. That's not bad. Miser Kerman here can go EVA though, and collect some reports of what the ground is like over here across the bay. He can take a surface sample, but still grasslands, whatever. Okay, EVA report. We get no science of that, so we can just get rid of that. But we can plant a flag. We can plant a flag here. Miser Kerman. Or is he Milzer Kerman? Is he Milzer Kerman? Am I just saying his name wrong? Milzer Kerman landed here. We'll put Milzer Kerman, first Kerbal in space, landed here. After venturing out 200 kilometers into space on accident. It is a miracle that he survived at all, considering that the capsule was not airtight. Okay, there we go. He's planted his little flag. We will go ahead and we will recover him as the Kerbal. When we recover him, we gain the 2.3 science he had on his body, and we gain the reputation of recovering him. If we head now to the tracking station, we can find our ship here. It's landed at Kerbal, and we can recover the vessel from here. It gives us 38 science. That's great, and we get our parts. We get 15,000 funds added back, and we've got our little flag there on his landing site. So we've got 64 science parts now. So let's go ahead and let's see what we can get. These are all costing 90, so we're not going to get there yet. Here's the first solar panel and some lights. Here's the first ladder and a thermometer, and here's the first the gear bay. But we are now ready to get. We can get one of these 45 pieces. So we have flight control, which has the probe body and the SAS wheel. We can get general construction, which has struts, the launch stability enhancers, and the radial decouplers, the bigger ones. Or we can get advanced rocketry, which has the larger fuel tank and the radial mounted engines. I'm thinking that out of all of these, the probe heads are the ones that I'm most interested in, except that the probe heads require such amounts of electricity that you really need to have a solar panel or something to go with them. But having the SAS might also be handy. So instead, I'm going to go for general construction, and we're going to get the launch stability and the struts for better construction things. And we're going to try and get the probe and the electrics at the same time, so that we can use them in conjunction with each other. So there we go. We've unlocked more technology. But I'm going to end this recording session off here. And apparently it's only been 35 minutes of Kerbal time. I've been playing for about an hour now. So next time we will continue to take more contracts, and perhaps we will do our first successful orbit of the planet. I know that's one of the contracts they want us to do. So I will see you guys next time.